Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 8th. This week, we are going to jump right in here. You have this Thinker card and this Imagine card. I'll show you those two cards in just a second. The Imagine card I love. There's like this lady, girl, whatever, pulling the moon down to Earth. And so she's kind of like imagining her dream, whatever her dream is, and she's manifesting it here on Earth, or she's trying to drag it down to Earth. Seven of Cups. Same thing. Seven of Cups is about, dreaming of something. He's thinking about all the good things and bad things. There are good things and bad things in these cups. But really the trick with the Seven of Cups is that he needs to bring those seven cups down to earth. He needs to find out for himself, how something is going to turn out. But until he does that, it's just a dream. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about you kind of like manifesting something here on earth, or you actually finding out how something is going to turn out by doing it. So I would make sure that you are, doing what you're kind of thinking about here. But again, you also have this Thinker card. I think you're thinking about something. I think you're thinking about changes in your life. We end with the Tower. The Tower's coming up in the good stuff, which would be a good thing. And you have the Chariot as well. So some of you could be like thinking about moving or traveling, or, just kind of mixing it up during the day. Sometimes I think that, the Tower, especially in the good stuff, can say that you're just hoping to, have a change in environment, or kind of mix up your environment in some way. And so a lot of you could be doing that, but I do feel like you're trying to manifest something on earth. You have the Devil, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. The Devil, of course, can represent toxic energy or a toxic person. You do have love here. You have the King and Queen of Cups together, so they can represent divine counterparts. You have the Two of Cups as well, but you have the Knight of Pentacles after the Devil. So again, I'm wondering if some of you kind of like want love, but maybe you're either dealing with a past connection, or you're still kind of like healing from a past connection that was toxic. The thing with the Devil is that those chains around their necks, those people's necks, are meant to look very loose. So they could easily take those chains off, and they could easily set themselves free. And so I feel like the Devil is saying it's like time for you to set yourself free from something. You have the Knight of Pentacles. It's time to get to work. The Knight of Pentacles, I'm not like the biggest fan of the Knight of Pentacles. He's the only knight that isn't making any moves in the tarot, so it can represent no movement. But I feel for a lot of you that you are planting seeds in new directions, or you are kind of like you are doing new things. And so, I feel that with the Knight of Pentacles. I think you're kind of ready for progress. And I actually see a lot of progress here. You end with the Chariot as well, and the Chariot is a great card of progress. You have the Knight of Swords as well. And, sorry, I'm choking on my own spit. But what I would say here is that you have the Knight of Swords, and normally I don't like the Knight of Swords either, because he's usually rushing, or he feels like he's run out of time. And I kind of get a little bit of that feeling for you, where you could be rushing towards something because maybe you feel like you've run out of time, or maybe you feel like you are running out of time. But again, I actually don't feel too bad about it in this reading. So is it a bad thing? I don't know. We'll see. You have the King of Cups here, and so again, some of you could have your eye on like a King of Cups type person here, and it could lead to marriage. You have the Four of Wands. The Two of Pentacles kind of says it's up in the air, right? The Two of Pentacles kind of says you have a choice whether or not you invite this into your life. So the choice is yours, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, so you do you, boo, right? That's as the kids say nowadays. With the Devil, you have the Four of Wands. You basically start and end with the Four of Wands. So you could be leaving a marriage, and you could be moving towards something new. I feel that probably if you're leaving a marriage, you've already done it. So, again, that could be for some of you. If you have not been married, I just feel that, again, you could be heading towards a person that you could marry in the future. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. And what I would say here is that I would open up at this time. This could represent not making a move because you have your guard up, which is fine. Of course, you should have boundaries and things like that. But again, the Knight of Pentacles is no movement. So it's almost like, intuitively, I feel like some of you have your eye on something, like a person. And this is saying put your boundaries down so that you can set yourself free. This also doesn't have to be love. This could just be something that you will love, like a business or career or whatever you're working on. And, we see a lot of movement. I'm noticing over here that you have all these cards of movement. You have this horse, it says freedom in action. You have this turtle, it says slow and steady wins the race. And then you have this cheetah on this card that says go the distance. So clearly it's like really time for you to get going. With the King of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be attracting a person who is like very independent, successful, hardworking. I kind of feel like this is talking about this person. I feel it's a person who's like very focused, driven, motivated. I feel like they have a very clean environment as well. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of your environment. And so I feel like this person, it's almost like they have like a curated environment. Like literally, like if you go to this person's home, wherever they live, it's almost like they might have like a meditation room, right? They might have a room for something else. Like I feel like they really kind of protect their energy in the sense that they create these spaces for themselves. And so again, if you're wondering who this person is, when you meet them, I feel like that's who they are right there. So people always ask me, they're like, who is it? I'm like, well, first off, I don't know every single person in your life, number one. Number two, maybe you haven't met this person yet, but if you're dating and you're looking and you're paying attention, that's what I would pay attention to. I feel like this could be a person like that. I also feel that you could be doing that in your life. I feel like you could be kind of like curating your life. You could be creating like spaces in your house or wherever you live. And I feel like this is a really good idea. I'm a big fan of it here, Scorpio, for you. I think that the Nine of Pentacles is a card of like gratitude, abundance, good things coming in for you. And so it's like you're creating a positive environment for yourself. Can't make this up. You have this turtle. You have two turtles here. It says slowness and protection. You have this horse. It says freedom and action. I feel like maybe you've been moving at like turtle speed, and now you are moving at like horse speed or rabbit speed. So that's what I'll say. I grew up in the woods, right? And so I basically grew up in a cow town, and my dad used to have this tractor, like a lawnmower thing, right? And it was like, it had rabbit, it had the turtle, and it had a rabbit. So you push the lever up and you towards the rabbit, and you're taking off. I feel like you need to go from turtle speed to rabbit speed, or really horse speed here, and like really crank up the gas, right, on something. And I feel like that's what this reading is encouraging you to do. It's like saying you've been sitting on your tractor, you've been going in the slow mode, and now you got used to it, you got used to moving slowly, so now it's time to turn it up. And that's really what I feel like this is saying. You have the Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Two of Cups. The Queen of Cups is kind of like you. A lot of people read her as Cancer, but I read her as you. So, I think that this could just be your energy. I feel like you need to trust your heart. She really values what her heart is telling her to do, and that's the direction that she moves in. And, she doesn't need proof that something is going to work or not. Sometimes I feel that the Seven of Cups kind of represents waiting for proof that something is going to be good or bad for you, or, waiting for proof. He's imagining all the potential scenarios of like what could go wrong, what could go right if he did something, but really we don't know until we actually do it. So I feel this is saying it really doesn't matter what the outcome is, because if you just dream about something all day long, it's only ever just a dream. But if you actually bring it into existence, even if it's something that doesn't work out, you can say you tried, right? So I think it's much better to try things even if it's a failure, because you did it. You actually did something, which is better than what most people do, which is nothing. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a perfect match. Two of Cups is usually a person who's different than your usual type. Everybody gets the Two of Cups nowadays. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe love is changing. We see it in the astrology as well. So it makes perfect sense to me that during a big change cycle like we're in right now, that people would probably be attracting people who are different. So there could be a very strong connection. This could be communication. So I do feel like there needs to be communication first, or you will be first communicating with a person, and then it will probably, go from there. So that's kind of what I feel there with the Two of Cups. But let's see. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands here. I just want to see something. You have a lot of Wands cards showing up in your reading. The Ten of Wands is like hard work. He's about to complete his journey. So I feel like it's almost like you're about to have a breakthrough. He planted those wands, and those wands represent his harvest. He's about to reach his home in the background here. And so he is about to have a harvest. And I feel that a lot of you're about to have a little breakthrough in the sense that you are about to have a harvest. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Chariot. Yes, it's time to get moving. The whole entire reading says exactly the same thing. It's time to enter into warp speed here, Scorpio, because I feel like that's what will lead to success. It's like you've been slowly moving away from something as well. Like I feel like you have been slowly changing, and now it's time to really change. It's time for the grand finale, right? It's time for you to make the 110% commitment to change. The Chariot is leaving behind the city behind. And this could be causing a tower moment. It's like, obviously, if you move away from your friends and your family, that's going to cause a tower moment for them. But the Chariot is headed towards a victory, so whatever you're thinking about doing, I would do it. With the Two of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. I don't know. I feel like someone needs to open up. Like I said, there's clearly a choice here between you and a person, but I don't think it has to become something, with that Two of Pentacles. I said it at the beginning of the reading. My intuition was telling me that you either have your eye on a person or a person has their eye on you, or you have already gone on a date with a person. And, regardless of your situation, like if you meet a person in the month of July, I think this is what's going to happen. It's like you have a choice, and you can either make it happen, you can make the commitment. You don't have to marry him even with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can just be a commitment. So you can either make the commitment or not. And I think, the choice is yours. And we're going to figure out right now in the area of messages from your future self what is going on. You have this Turtle Spirit says slow and steady wins the race. You have this Deer Spirit says bring a gentle touch. Yeah, I feel that this Deer Spirit kind of reminds me of the Empress. It's an energy of the spring, the springtime. It's an energy of growth or new growth and new abundance coming in for you. The turtle, like I said, I think you need to go from turtle to cheetah, or turtle to horse, or turtle to rabbit, whichever your favorite animal is, right? And you need to, it's like you've learned enough, you've been going slow, but now it's time to do something more quickly. Like I said at the beginning of the reading with the Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords to me can be a little bit of rushing. It's kind of like a weird vibe that I'm picking up off of this card for you. It's like, I think that some of you, I don't want to say that you feel like time is running out, but I do feel there's this, there's a little bit of urgency here in your energy with the Knight of Swords, so you might do something a little bit too quickly. But I also feel that you've been doing something so slowly that you've learned, you know how they say that when you practice something, you should practice it slowly first so that you can, kind of build speed over time. It's almost like that's what you've been doing. You've been practicing something in your life and you've been going slowly, but you're just building speed. You're just learning how to do something and you're practicing the technique, right? Sometimes it's better to practice something slow so that you can get the technique down. And then when you have the technique down and you're doing things the right way, you can speed it up. And, that's kind of what I feel like saying on this Knight of Swords. That's the message I'm getting. You have the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of attraction to a person. I'm wondering if that's kind of the issue here, right? I'm wondering if you're either have met a person or you're about to meet a person that you're very attracted to, but it's maybe you're worried that it's just lust. Maybe you're worried that it's just desire. It's not. There's nothing else. But again, I think it would be worth it to let this person, prove. Not that I don't think anyone should prove anything to us, right? But again, I think that this person will show you through their actions that it's not just lust. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is spinning plates, doing a lot. I do feel this direction here, Seven of Cups to Two of Pentacles, that you are doing a lot in your life and you're trying to balance things out. So I do feel like you are very busy. I would make sure to balance things out with the Two of Pentacles. I also feel like the Two of Pentacles is a choice, like I said, in love. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands is about moving towards your enthusiasm. He is just excited about something new, and he goes and he works on it. That's it. So I think that you being excited for new things or new directions and moving in those new directions would be a good idea. With the King of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles, almost all four kings. So the King of Pentacles is very stable, secure, it wants something serious. So again, maybe you're worried that this person is super attractive or something, and maybe you're worried that they're a player or whatever, but they're not. Maybe they're actually very stable with the King of Pentacles. So I kind of feel this is something that you have to discover because of the Seven of Cups. It's you're imagining things, but you don't actually know how the situation is going to turn out. And again, this could be anything. It doesn't have to be love. I think for most of you it is, but for a lot of you, this could be business related, health related, whatever. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card. Yeah, Temperance is saying, see what happens when you mix things together with the Two of Pentacles. He's holding those two pentacles apart. The Temperance card is mixing the two things together. So I think it would be worth it, in the he has 2 cups right there. So I think it would be worth it for you to be patient with a person and get to know a person, meet a person, see how things go. The Temperance card also would suggest that there just is like a turnaround coming in for you in your life. I feel like you've been putting a lot of work into yourself. I feel like you've been putting a lot of work into your projects and the things that you do. So, again, I think you're kind of fixing things. You have this Observer card and this Go the Distance card. I feel like this is saying you're looking at something that you want to manifest, the moon above you, basically, right? And I feel you are bringing those things down to earth. These aren't even the right cards. I don't even know why I pulled these cards. I'm going to pull 2 more cards for you in a second. But it's funny, you have the moon on that card that says Imagine on it, and you that have that fox that's looking at that moon, and the Go the Distance card. It's almost like it's saying you need to make that 110% commitment to manifesting a dream here on earth and really bringing it into reality. You have this planner. It says take financial inventory and see what needs changing. You have a celebration. It says there will be a celebration in relation to your work. As you see more success, don't use that as an excuse to stop having fun. Yes. All 3 water signs, I think, have had the 2 of Pentacles this week. And so I think that work hard, play hard is going to be very important for you. Make sure you're balancing out the energy. You have the Tower, the Chariot, and the 4 of Wands. The Tower and the good stuff could just represent a move. The Tower and the good stuff could also represent a sudden realization where you realize what the reality of your life is and you kind of bring it down to earth. So again, the whole entire reading is about you grounding something in reality, probably whatever this is here, the 7 of Cups, whatever you're dreaming about or whatever you're imagining. You have the Chariot. The Chariot can be a victory, could also be a move, so it wouldn't surprise me if some of you are moving or traveling. The Chariot is a big victory, though. Chariot is also as above, so below. He has these stars in his canopy, the moon's on his shoulders, which represents as above, so below energy. So I feel you really need to kind of manifest your reality, or it's almost like you're creating a reality for yourself, which I think would be a great idea. The Chariot is also you just charging towards success. You have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands can represent marriage, so if you want to get married, clearly, based off this reading, you could be meeting a person in the future that you will marry. But let's see where this is going. With the Tower, you have the 5 of Pentacles. Again, showing up in the good stuff. This would tell me that you are coming out of the cold. Again, maybe you had a Tower moment with a person who left you out in the cold, and now you're coming back inside. You're coming back to the light. You're coming into the warmth, or something like that. The 5 of Pentacles is also important for paying attention to your strengths. The 5 of Pentacles wants us to double down on the good stuff, wants us to double down on our strengths and kind of not focus on our weaknesses, and I would do that as well. With the Chariot, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot would say you're taking control of your destiny, or at least you're taking control. I look at the Wheel of Fortune as your personal vision for your life, like where you are going. And so I feel like you are taking control. This would also say that fortunes are turning in your favor, and this whole entire reading pretty much has been saying that fortunes are turning in your favor. With the 4 of Wands, you have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, if you want love or connection, you could be discovering your 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. It is, could be a very strong connection. It could be having a happy home and a happy family. It could be having a business. It's going to be different for all of you. But this is, this is a much better reading than you've been getting here, Scorpio. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says great good fortune on it. So with the Wheel of Fortune, you are clearly increasing your fortunes, or your fortunes are improving just in general. So love to see it. You have this needle and thread. It says a sincere wish will be granted. I feel like the wish is the 7 of Cups. Whatever that 7 of Cups vision is what you are going to be manifesting on earth, and that's what you're creating. And I really do feel like luck is on your side. I think that if you try something, if you turn the speed up, if you start moving faster towards whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, then I think things are going to move forward a lot faster. You have this vulture. It says depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, I would get out of your head a little bit. I think we're in a different time as well, and any worries or anxieties that you're having right now, I think that those worries and anxieties could be coming from the past, things that you went through, things that have happened to you, all that other stuff. And I would just start focusing forward. You have this broken bridge. It says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. I think you're just moving past problems. And I also think that this is more that you are realizing that certain things can't be fixed. Devil, right? There are just some things in life that are not meant to work, and it is what it is. And I feel you are kind of just letting something lie. It's almost like you're just letting something be broken in your life, and that's okay, whatever it is. It could be a past connection, it could be a past job that you had that you really wanted to work out, or whatever it is, doesn't really matter. But I think you're just moving past it. You have this funnel. It says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Yeah, I think I said this to you in your last reading or the one before it, that I think Scorpio, like the first half of the year, there were certain frustrations, or it was more frustrating for you. And now I feel like you're getting into this time where things are starting to work better, or being less frustrating. So that's a good thing as well. But pretty interesting reading, Scorpio. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.